Hello everyone, it's Thumper, the Rabid Rabbit. Welcome to No Bone Land. The snow is gone, it's March. Sun isn't quite out, it's cloudy. I don't care because I don't have any solar on the farm, so yeah. Should get some though. But not today. We planted the cotton crop in the snow in the winter in February, and being as it is a month later, the weeds are here. But because we bought the large weeder, I'm kind of hoping this is gonna go relatively quickly. This thing's nice and wide, it has a pretty good pace. It does our smaller, sort of medium-sized center field there in 15 minutes, we know, so I'm hoping this is going to be like a 20-minute job. Our grass is in first stage, so we don't want to harvest that quite yet. We got a couple months before we need to turn the northeast field for sorghum. So for now, just gotta remove the weeds. Shit. I got distracted. I was cutting trees down, and I missed that the AI farmer here went off the end of the cotton field and decided the place to turn around was at the end of the grass field there. So he started using the weeder on the end of the grass field, and the weeder knocks down grass. So there's that. If ever you want to knock down any wild grass or your own planted grass, the roller will do it, but the weeder will apparently do it too. So there you go. In fact, never mind. That gives me a thought. For a field where I'm using grass as a cover crop and all I want is the benefit of the double fertilizer, and I don't need to mow it, I could run the weeder over it a lot faster than I could mow and roll, which is what would get me the double bonus, fertilizer bonus. So if you don't want the grass, don't want the silage value, I think you could actually get to double fertilizer from a grass cover crop much faster by just running the weeder over it. I may need to try that. So normally I would skip over the mowing, but we do have a new field. Did want to show that off. This is the farm store field. So the farm store is on the other side of the trees there. And this is our open grass area. I haven't determined what I want to do with this space yet. A biogas facility has been suggested to me. I bet that would fit here. I think a sugar mill would make sense if I want to stay in the sugar beet or maybe even get into the sugar cane business, because I think the two most profitable things we can do are the clothing, the fabric, and the sugar. Now those, the sugar can lead to other production chains, but I was looking at a chart as far as improving value, and you can more than double the value of the sugar beet by turning it into sugar. So that's a $100,000 facility, but I think it could be worth the investment. I don't have to put it here, but I could turn this whole plot into like a village of buildings as I expand production. I could put the biogas here because that's a pretty large facility if I get it. Or I could just turn it into another piece of arable land. Just chop out some farm space here. I think I'm going to wait on using this area for anything other than just grass until I have the money to buy the next plot over, because I kind of want to see if I also own the neighboring plot, what I could maybe cut between the two. Maybe I could sacrifice the road, and I have to think about that one. If you got suggestions, let me know, but Not sure what I want to do with it yet. Welcome to the store. I have mowed all the wild grass, and the AI farmer is working on the grass fields right now, so I need a second tractor to start doing baling and other work. And I've really enjoyed this New Holland, renting it or leasing it at the 155 horsepower. But we have money, so that means shopping. So I think I'm gonna buy the 175 horsepower version of this. Thought being we can extend the life of our Massey Ferguson by doing a little more work with this tractor. And at 175, it can pretty much do anything except mow, and there might be one other thing it's a little underpowered for. But I think this is a nice, good utility configuration with the wide tires and the wheel weights and the 175 horsepower. And we'll just get it going. We'll use this for baling. We can use this for a lot of stuff. We can use it for pretty much any of the single person tasks. We can use it as our second tractor when we've got the AI farmer busy on something else. And since it's now a 0-hour tractor, the more we do with this, the more we can let the Massey Ferguson rest, and the longer it'll take to get to its 50-hour replacement mark, which will ultimately save us some money as well. So that's hopefully a worthwhile investment. Did eat up quite a bit of our money. We're down to 80,000, but that's okay. It's April. Before we get to the harvest, we will have at least one set of silage we can sell, but we also are gonna sell our clothing. We should have some clothing to sell. Shoot, so next month I gotta check that. And then in June or July, we'll be able to sell our wood, our planks, and we're getting a lot of those. As you can see here, we got a trailer load full. We've got basically another trailer load sitting there, and with the wood we've put in, we'll probably have several more of those pallets here real soon. So yeah, I think we're probably good to make another 100,000+ even without the silage before we get to harvest time, the late summer. So I think we're fine financially, and this tractor will hopefully pay off as a good long-term investment. Well, I got the mowing all wrapped up, and so the Massey is now started on cultivating. Just finishing up a few little missed pieces of the rolling here, trying to maximize the double fertilizer bonus from our grass cover crop. So we're going to get the silage, which we have basically 2 trailer loads. So if we could keep that till peak pricing, even if we can't, it's worth 20 to 25,000 a trailer load. So that could be another close to 40 or 50,000 worth of silage that we pulled off of this field, and we get the double fertilizer bonus, which is fantastic. And what I'm gonna do is drop the roller here to use later on the other grass fields, like the one to the right. But in the interest of keeping the turn process moving forward on the northeast field here and getting it done as early as possible, I'm gonna go have the I'm gonna leave the Massey on cultivating, but I'm gonna take the New Holland and grab the stone picker, and I'll just chase the New Holland with the stone picker, so that hopefully very shortly here we will have a cultivated and de-stoned field ready for seeding. So it is raining. The New Holland is still picking stones over there. I staged the cedar, but I gotta wait till the New Holland's done with the stone. But in the meantime, guess what April is? It's peak pricing, and right now we're really on the top end of the value for clothes. And we have produced, well, is it 6 pallets? Put these 2 here. I don't know why I'm worried about making these pretty, but you know, gotta take some pride in your work here every once in a while. Oh, there's another one. So I'm gonna guess that means 7. So we have a total of 7 pallets of clothing to turn in at over 10 grand a piece. So that's that's gonna double our money. We're at just a hair under 70 right now, and this should bring in just a little bit over 70. So yeah, we're already making up that gap. You know how I said we'd probably make over 100 grand even without the silage? Well, you know, we're gonna make 70 here. I'm not sure how much we'll make off of the planks, but if it's anything like last time, gosh, I think the trailer load's gonna be like, what, 40? And we've got basically 2 trailer loads. We could make another, gosh, we could probably make another 70 plus in planks. Whoops, that's not what I intended to do. Running at 5x because I'm using the super strength. And number 7, let's put this right in the middle. Let's go get our money. And the verdict is, it's got to be at least 70. Oh, that goes quick. Wow. 71,520. I will take it. I think that's worthwhile. That is, I mean, the sheep, gosh, so I mean, we're probably 120 grand, 110 grand into the sheep, and all of that clothing was from sheep wool from the spinnery. Oh, I guess we got to count the spinnery. That's another 60. So I guess the entire production chain here might be worth about 300 or so. So that means it's going to take us 4 years, almost 4 years probably. That's not a bad ROI for the entirety of that production chain. I think we can rapidly increase that. I'm hoping to rapidly increase that off of the cotton field. The cotton field is, I think, we'll have to see. I want to see how much cotton it kicks out, because we could do that crop for a few years, and we might actually need a second spinnery, because we're not really exhausting the one spinnery with the sheep wool. So, yeah, I think if we have the money after we do the cotton harvest, it may be prudent to add a second spinnery, because the rate at which the tailor shop consumes the fabric, we actually do need basically 2 spinneries running to keep up with the clothing production. And with the cotton, we should be able to keep 1 spinnery going with the cotton for probably the entire year off that crop, and the sheep should be able to keep the other one going like they have been. I think the spinnery might run out once in a while if I don't pay attention to it and fill it up before we go to bed, but for the most part, I think the sheep can mostly fill the 1 spinnery, so I think we need another one. That puts us a little bit more money into that production chain, but if it doubles the speed of the output, then that 70 could turn into 140. So we might be in for 350 instead of 300. But if we can do 140 a year, then it's only going to be like a 2.5 year ROI instead of close to a 4. So I'm just rolling the sorghum with the roller that we own now. So I haven't rented a piece of equipment for this. We own the cultivator, we own the stone picker, we own that amazing seeder that we got on sale, and I own the roller. So this whole crop turn didn't cost us anything. Well, I had to buy a little bit of seed, but didn't cost us anything otherwise. So that's a good deal. Speaking of good deals, man, look at this hot mess. 9 plus 1, 9 trailer loads plus 1 extra bale off of this silage harvest. And that does not even include the northwest field, which is now cotton. We just rolled that under. We didn't even roll it under. It was already double. We just cultivated and planted it. So that's a pretty big return off of our new farm shop field here and the rest of our grassland. 2 of those, almost 2 of those, came off the northeast field before we turned it over for sorghum. So that's the benefit there. That right there, depending on how long we hold on to it, represents a good $200,000 plus in silage. So that's, you know, as boring as doing the grass is, and that's why I'm not showing it on camera, it does make us some money. Got myself a load of wood. I rented the dolly and timber trailer here to clean up some other wood I had laying around, and decided to start doing some forestry work on this island. This is the north end of the farm shop field, or just south of the cotton there. And we're hauling this over to our sawmill. Keep it nice and loaded up with fresh wood to make more planks. Pretty sure we're selling planks next month. I think we're selling them in May. So let's keep the wood loaded up, and just gonna open up the view line there. Also going to keep tree planting. I'll put saplings back on top of that hill because I don't want to spend the money to terraform. Gosh, that's good wood. I don't want to spend the money to terraform, so these hills where I'm taking trees off of until I'm a millionaire and I can afford to flatten that ground out and make more farmland out of it, I'm just going to keep probably painting and texturing these in a way that makes me happy, and then renting the seeder or the planter. I don't know what it is that puts the trees in the tree planting thing. And we'll just keep replanting the trees. From what I understand, they take about 3 years, 30-something months to grow full again. So if we just keep doing that, then we'll have more of these trees. I don't know if I'll get the same kind. Not even sure I know how to do that, but we'll figure it out. And hopefully we end up with more trees and more wood, and we can keep our sawmill sustainable. Oh, shit. Stuck it through the... And the more we plant trees right next to the sawmill, the easier it is to feed the sawmill than having to get trees from halfway across the map, right? So, yeah. Just a strategy. We may give up some of these fields here eventually and actually turn them into forest land. We could plant trees all over the place here and have it nice and close to the sawmill. Or, of course, the sawmill was super inexpensive, so we could always move it somewhere else if we wanted to. So the last thing I want to do for April is a little bit of stump removal. So I'm actually going to buy the stump removal mulcher because it's not that expensive, and we've got money, and I use it a lot for cutting in new field edges and removing stumps. And if we're going to keep sustainable forestry going, owning a stump remover will be a handy thing to have. So now we own it. I'm just driving my big-ass weeder out to the northeast field because, of course, since we put the canola in the ground yesterday, it's got weeds today, so I gotta run the weeder over it. Do like the big-ass weeder. Nice and wide, nice and fast, very effective. Get them while they're early. Just run this over here. And in the meantime, got lots of planks to sell. It's not full up yet. But I think it's plank selling time. Gosh, we have so much of this. 7 more of these should spawn according to this. It's 1,000 per pallet. Love my stacking skills. Got one full, well, it's not quite full, but it's a basically full trailer behind me. The interesting thing, even though I'm in hard mode and I've got weight limits on, I don't think it applies the weight limits to the pallet trailer. I think it only applies it to the grain, like the fillable trailers. Because the game really can't control me overloading the flatbed. And it doesn't really tell you that it's overloaded, but you can kind of tell by the way it drives that the way I've got this loaded with 2 layers on here. Jesus. Let me just throw this pallet around. Yeah, the way I've got this trailer loaded right now, double level, I think that's about as heavy as it can handle. It starts driving a little squirrely after that. So just checking here, and it looks like planks are next month and high value, so we got that to look forward to. Man, whew, we haven't sold them at their peak value, so this could be some money. All right, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and we're back in the store because I need to throw in a record scratch like sound effect there, I think. Look at this deal. The Case Axial Flow Harvester. It's a good size harvester. Much bigger than what we've been working with. It's 60% off. And we can afford it. You'd leave us no money, but we can afford it. So, yeah. I'm strongly considering selling the wood early. I could wait till tomorrow, but just so I can buy this harvester and an associated header, 7.5 meters over 6. Gosh, that's still better. Wonder if we can even take something bigger. Ooh, I don't know which header. Well, there's the header and the pipe link that both are issues, so. Gosh. 300 grand. For 123. I don't care if it has some hours on it. It's not like we run it that much, but even then. Oh, man. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Right? We can't pass up this deal. We can afford to buy the header. Well, not anymore. It's only 42,000. We can get that. Let's turn in that that load of planks. I bet we can get 42,000. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those plankies rolling. While my ass is swollen. Right. Oh. See what we get. Yeah, we're already over 42. Look at that. Yes. Money, 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 money. We've got this again, too. At least. 55,000. We've got probably another 55. Is my bet. Still, just sitting out next to the sawmill. Look at that sexy harvester we just bought. Yeah. I may have been a little anxious to buy this header for this harvester, so not quite as pretty of a loading job this time on the planks, but who cares? It's a few less than last time, but let's see how much we get. Just shy of 40,000. Not bad. That's still good money. We've got 98,000. We can buy the header. We'll still have over 50 grand. We still have silage we can sell. We've got pigs we can sell. We're fine. This is fine. All we gotta do is buy the header. We have ourselves a functioning harvester with a 7.5 meter reach. Look at this. The axial flow 7150. Coming for that ass. Let me I'm gonna just bring it into the shop and see how much repair it takes. It's not terrible. Oh. Well shit, 2,500 is nothing. Heh, yes. How do you not like that shit? And let's not forget that we don't have to worry about having money for harvest time now because we own the harvester. So we pretty much own all the implements we need at this point. I'm trying to remember what we actually don't have. That's a pretty sweet way to wrap up May and wrap up episode 32. So I think we'll call it here. Thank you all for joining me. What a fun adventure. Lots of money from clothes and wood and this beautiful new harvester that we'll get to use very soon. Hope you'll come back and join me when we get to put this thing to use. Until then, take care of yourselves, and if you can, someone else too. Have a good night.